Hi, this is Lilli Sherman with Plastics Technology, and I'm attending a two-day conference that is a first for the U.S. It's being put on by Smithers Rapra of the UK. It's called Thermoplastic Elastomers U.S. Summit 2017. And the company has been doing this conference very successfully for several years in Europe. So it's very exciting to be part of this. It's running for 2 days, but there are two consecutive running tracks, if you will. One which is specifically for thermoplastic elastomers, TPEs of every kind, by the way. And of course one that's for silicone elastomers with several interesting presentations on LSRs, liquid silicone rubber, which we're most interested in. It's kind of exciting to have been here for the first day. It started out with a couple of general presentations on the challenges and current changes and that are taking place for silicone elastomers and TPEs, and what will propel them, for future mobility. Overall, things look very good in terms of growth. One assessment is that TPEs in general are growing at 5.1% per year between now and 2023. LSRs similarly are seeing very good growth, particularly in the US and Europe, with most of the innovation taking place in Europe. They talked also about plastic industry mergers and acquisitions, and we at Plastics Technology certainly have been reporting on those, and they included Poly One acquisitions and Celanese acquisitions and Clariant and Huntsman acquisitions, and quite a few just within the last year or so. We then split off, and I tried to go to what I thought were like the most important sessions in each one, and I probably will do a report on all of the important sessions when I get back at some point. But I can tell you that in addition to people addressing market trends in automotive, in consumer goods, in medical device applications and packaging, as well as industrial. There were quite a few, for a first day anyway, new product introductions, including several new LSRs from Dow Corning, which is now part of Dow, and also several new low VOC and low fogging TPE compounds from Poly One, very specifically for interior automotive applications. And it appears that a big trend is to get away from what's called the new vehicle smell that we all associate with a new car, and sometimes I guess we've thought that this is a positive thing, but it turns out that there's a whole segment of the world, particularly in Asia Pacific, that doesn't equate that as a positive thing, but rather a negative thing. And as it turns out, it is a negative thing, because new vehicle smell usually means the presence of a lot of VOCs, volatile organic compounds. And there is a big trend and new regulations to get away from that, and just about everyone is working on it, and certainly from the TPE side of things, and also from the LSR side of things, as long as these materials that are being used in the interior. There is definitely a movement to meet more stringent regulations that are actually coming from the Asia Pacific arena, but are being adopted by both European and US OEMs. One of the very interesting, I thought, presentations was from a Ford Motor female development engineer who discussed the use of graphene nanoplatelets and ultrafine cellulose reinforced thermoplastic elastomer composites that very specifically work with a DuPont Hytrel polyester-based TPE, but apparently they're continue to work on these, but apparently both the nanographene, if you will, and the ultrafine cellulose was shown to make some pretty distinctive improvements in both mechanical properties and thermal properties, and sometimes flame retardants. So in any case, we have a couple more interesting presentations this afternoon that I will be attending within a few minutes, including one called Virtual Molding for LSR. It's being put on by SigmaSoft's Gabriel Gaines, application engineer, and that ought to be really interesting. And of course, tomorrow is another day. I've been very hard at work at tweeting at each of the presentations that I am able to attend, so hopefully my tweets are being seen by somebody. Thank you. See you tomorrow.